Hey, Mike Hobbs here, and I'm actually going to be going to a company event this weekend, and I wanted to give you guys some tips, no matter what company that you're in. I want to give you some tips on how to get the most out of these events. Now, it doesn't matter if it's an internet marketing event or if it's a company specific event. I believe if you use these tips, you're going to get way more out of it. Okay, now number one, you should get to every event that you possibly can, whether it's a generic event or a company event. And here's why: because number one, you can learn how they present the company, how they present what they're doing, how how they come across in person. Okay, so you can learn from the actual presenters, the actual people speaking, and that'll actually help you with communication. Okay, number two, you can meet the people that you're working with, which is very, very key to building a long-term business. You can usually come and sit behind a computer and build a business, but you never know anyone. You don't want to stick to it long term. I've noticed that myself. Anytime I was building anything online, I would just be building it, and then something will happen, and then I get bored. But when you go to these events, you stick to it. You want to work with the people that you're working with. You know it's real. And that's the third thing why you should make it there, is because you know it's real. I had someone email me once that said, hey, I'm trying to meet, I'm trying to email this guy named Toby, and I don't even know if he exists. Does he exist? And I was like, of course he exists. I met him. I shook his hand in person last week. Did you make it to that event? And he said no. So the events are crucial. Events are crucial. So how do you get the most out of these events? Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a generic or a company one. It doesn't matter what company you're in, if you're in my company or not. You can get the most if you follow these tips. Okay, number one, okay, and I'll pull it up on my screen here, is do videos with your team. Okay, so if you have a team going to this event, you should have a team if you don't. Going to this event. If you do have a team, you should be inviting them to go to these events. Do videos with them. Give them some exposure. Build them up to be rock stars. And if you don't have a team yet, do videos with your upline. Encourage that. And just go crazy with videos, because the exposure you're going to get from just doing simple videos with your team, it's going to excite them. And you can actually put it on your blog post. It gives you content to do later on. Okay. So number two, take notes. All right. This is huge. Okay. I'm bringing my journal here. I go to every event with a journal. I actually went to the last event without the journal, and I was literally writing on a little tiny piece of paper like this. I was writing on post-it notes as well, and I was just making sure I jotted down some things. Now, here's why you take notes. Not because you want to learn, okay? Now, obviously, you want to learn, okay? Learn the secrets, learn whatever that they're teaching you, but here's why you take notes. This is my perspective and why I get the most out of every event I go to, and how you can too. When you're taking notes, be taking notes from a marketer's perspective. How can you give value to other people in the marketplace with these notes? So, for example, let's say they're talking about reading a good book. Start writing down those books, and then you have a video idea for later that you can share with your list, or share with your blog followers, or share with your Facebook friends, or a video, or written, or however you want to do it. You can share that as a marketing tip. Okay, so be taking notes for video ideas, for blog ideas. Jot down things that you can use in your marketing. Have the marketer's perspective when you're at this event. Instead of just sitting there, trying to absorb the information and not doing anything, take notes as a marketer. And number one, you're going to get more things out of it. You're going to actually get more out of the training when you're thinking of it as a marketing perspective. Because I'm going to tell you right now, one thing that they teach there, a lot of people don't know. Okay, I'm sure you know things that nobody knows. Believe it or not, you'll just hear something super basic or something at this event that probably 90% of people around the world do not know. Okay, so take notes from a marketer's point of view and jot down ideas. And this is how I get all my video ideas. Literally, when I come out at an event, I have like 60 video ideas at least, so that I have, content for the next 60 days if I wanted. Obviously, you can go by your own inspiration each day as well, but this is a great place to get video ideas. Okay, so next thing is do interviews. Now you're probably thinking, well, isn't that the same thing as videos with your team? Yeah, it's the same thing, but you can be doing interviews with other leaders if they're willing to. Now I know a lot of leaders are busy. I know I'll be busy with doing videos with my team and things like that. But if you do have a time with a leader and they agree to do a video, agree to do an interview with you, maybe ask them one or two top questions or whatever, and do interviews with people. These work really, really well for your marketing. Okay, have you noticed that I'm talking a lot about marketing here? So get that. I'm talking a lot about marketing here. I don't use these events just to go. Okay, I use them to market. All right. Next thing. Think of the best takeaways from each day you go. So day 1, day 2, so 1, 2, 3. So maybe think of the top, so when you're taking notes, take of the top 3 takeaways that you get from each day and make that a blog post the day of or after the event's over, when you get back to your room, when you're just relaxing. Maybe shoot a quick video or shoot, just type it out, what your top takeaways from day 1 are, all right? And here's what's cool. Because when you do this and then you post it on your Facebook or you post it in your blog and you email your list this, they want to be there. They're like, man, I should have went there. I should have been there. Day 1 was incredible. I love that you learned that. And you're actually giving value. This is the key. You're giving value to people. You're actually giving value to people by doing this. So think of the top 3 takeaways from each day, or maybe top 5 or top 10, or maybe if you just got 1, think of the top takeaway from each day. Okay, if you don't want to do 3, just think of number 1 and just use that as you're at the event. So when you're done, even if it's 2 a.m., just shoot a quick 5-minute video, post it up on your blog, or write it out. You don't even have to do videos. Okay, just think of the top takeaways, and that's going to increase your marketing as well. And then here's another one: pictures. This is something that I've regretted in the past not doing. Get pictures with all the leaders. Get pictures with, your downline, your team. Now, here's why. Because when you're doing marketing, when you're actually emailing your list, and let's say you swipe, one of your mentors' emails. I'll say Franco, for example. If I have pictures with Franco, here's what's cool. If I take Franco's email and I use it, and I just put at the top, hey, I just got this email from Franco, read it, it's awesome, just listen to what he has to say, and then I have the email, and at the bottom of the email, I put a picture with myself and him. So now it's really, really cool. It looks like we're working as a team, because we are working as a team. Even though you're using someone else's email, you give them credit for it, but then you also put a picture of you and him as if you're working together. Okay? Don't just get pictures to get pictures. Get pictures for marketing purposes. If you have pictures with people, and then every single email can be different too. When you have a lot of pictures from events, you can have pictures with all of your mentors, with all of your team members, and you can just rotate through them, and people will think you're active. They're like, man, this guy is working, he's active, he's going to the events, he's making it happen. I want to follow this person. I want to make money with this person. So have you noticed the trend here? I don't just go to events to just go. I go there for marketing purposes. A couple extra things I didn't really talk about, but you can go outside at those events because it's a new area and do capture page videos. You can do intro videos. You can do all your different type of marketing type of videos while you're there, and those are the best kind. I remember I was in Miami like a couple months ago, and I did a video on a sailboat. And I got more views on that video than all my other videos. So just do lifestyle videos while you're there. Take advantage of this event, whatever event you're going to, because you're going to get way more value out of it and you'll make way more money from it than anything else you do. So a lot of times people say, well, it costs money to get to these events. Well, the marketing, and if you do these tips while you're there, you're going to make way more money from that event than you'll ever spend at those events. So I hope you got a lot of value. If you got some value, comment below, share this video. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.